They say memory is a projector that never quite lines up. The picture jitters, the sound is a little off, and yet it all feels real. For me, the summer of 1965 begins at dusk. Our family's drive-in theater, the Starlite, is waking up for its first show of the season. Dad's counting quarters into a tin, Mom's prepping popcorn, and I'm outside clipping metal speakers onto car windows. The gravel crunches under tires, kids laugh, headlights sweep across the screen. Back then, this place felt like the center of the world. I was 17, lanky and hopeful. My brother had gone to college, but I stayed. I liked how things worked, the projector belts, the sound wiring, the timing of light and darkness. I liked the way people trusted the screen to make sense of their day. And then there was Laurie. She ran the booth. Not just tickets, the projector booth. While most girls in town were expected to pour sodas or smile pretty, Laurie had learned how to change reels, track cue marks, and splice film with a razor blade like a surgeon. She could fix a jam faster than most men could spot one. Center gate in 10. I called up to her that first night. "Give me 8, she answered, adjusting focus. "It's running hot." We had a rhythm. We didn't need to talk much. She was better at the booth than I'd ever be, and I didn't mind. I liked watching her work. Precise, confident, in control of everything the audience didn't even know could break. When the sun finally gave up the sky, Laurie raised her hand. I hit the power, and the floodlights across the lot dropped off one by one. Engines idled, windows rolled down, radios clicked off. The night began. Light hit the screen, dust danced in the beam, and the town of Tannersville leaned back in its seats. That night we showed the great race. The film was fun, clean, loud, perfect for a warm night and a crowd full of families and first dates. I walked the lot, checked for weak speakers, made change at the snack bar, swapped out 2 fried fuses. Mom handed me a cone of popcorn as I passed. "Eat," she said, "before you forget." Somewhere around reel B, I climbed up to the booth. It smelled like warm metal and old grease. Laurie was sitting on the floor, watching the reel spin, a root beer beside her. The picture outside was holding strong. We watched it in silence for a while, not the movie, but the glow of it. The cars, the couples leaning close, the feeling of something shared. "Ever wonder what comes next?" I asked. "For the world," she said. "Or us?" I shrugged. "Both." She tapped the reel gently. "My dad wants me at home, but I applied to a college in Michigan. Engineering. They haven't accepted me. Yet. And if they do?" She looked at me. "Then I go." I nodded. "Good. You should." She smiled. "What about you?" "I'll stay. I think there's still magic here." She didn't laugh. She didn't argue. She just said, "Then help me keep it running." Outside, someone honked twice. Our signal for bad speaker. I stood to go, but Laurie caught my sleeve. "Watch this splice," she whispered. Trimmed it on sound, not picture. No jump. The cut hit, and it was flawless. Not a single stutter. The crowd never noticed. "That's the goal," she said. "No one sees the fix, but it makes everything better." I left the booth smiling. The rest of the night blurred. Headlights flicked on one by one. Gravel stirred. Windows rolled shut. People waved goodnight without words. It was the kind of evening you don't realize is perfect until it's already behind you. I swept the lot after midnight. Laurie stayed to help. We didn't say much. She walked home in silence, under stars just starting to fade. That was the first night of the summer. The last one would feel very different, because change was coming, and not even our little projector booth could keep it out forever. By mid-July, we started noticing the empty rows. Not many, not at first, but enough. Row 9, always the first to fill, had 6 open spots on a Saturday. And the back row, where the teenagers usually lined up to laugh too loud and kiss when the screen got dark, was half empty. Dad chalked it up to heat. Mom blamed church fairs. But Laurie and I knew better. People were staying home. And watching TV. It wasn't just the technology. It was the way people talked about it. Did you catch it last night? Don't worry, I taped it. Ted finally got one of those color sets. The first time I heard someone use the word taped in line at the snack bar, I stopped stacking cups. Taped? At home. Laurie looked at me. They're starting to record shows. Some college guys built a box to do it. And it works? She shrugged. Well enough. That was the beginning of the end, even if none of us said it out loud. But we kept running shows. Because that's what you do when the signal starts to slip. You adjust the focus, clean the lens, and keep going until the frame drifts too far to follow. Laurie worked more hours that summer. Her dad was letting her save up, thinking she'd stay local for college. But one evening after close, she handed me a letter. Dear Ms. Chambers, we are pleased to inform you. She got in. University of Michigan. Engineering program. She said it like it was a test, not a victory. I read the whole letter twice and didn't say anything at first. Just folded it neatly and gave it back. You're going, I said. She nodded, slowly. Then added, if I can convince my dad. That same week, we got a visit from a man in a station wagon. He was polite, maybe in his 40s, with sleeves rolled to his elbows and a clipboard full of numbers. Said he was from a distribution company. Wanted to know if Dad would consider switching to film service leasing. It's more efficient, he said. You don't buy reels. You just rent the hits. Dad hated the idea. Not leasing memories, he grumbled after the guy left. What's next? Renting the popcorn smell. I laughed, but deep down, I wondered, if people could record movies, pause them, rewind them, would they still need places like ours? One night, just after a showing of Shenandoah, Laurie and I walked the rows picking up trash. She held up a Coke bottle with lipstick on the rim and said, someone had a good night. I grinned. Probably not their wife. Then she grew quiet. Do you think it's wrong to want more than this? More than what? She looked around. The screen, the speakers, the booth, the stars. All of it. This is the kind of place people remember forever. And I love that. But I want to build something. Something that stays even when the screen goes dark. I didn't know what to say, because I loved that screen, especially when it went dark, just before it came back. I think, I said slowly, that this place is part of you. But it doesn't have to be all of you. She smiled. That's the best answer I've heard all summer. Later that week, we had a thunderstorm. One of those full sky, all-night kinds where the thunder doesn't roll, it sits. Power flickered 3 times during the sons of Katie Elder, and then went out completely for 7 minutes. 7 minutes is a lifetime when 180 cars are staring at a blank screen. Some left. Some waited. One guy honked like we could fix lightning with a screwdriver. Laurie came down from the booth holding the fuse board like a baby. Transformers not shot, she said. Just overwhelmed. I helped her reset the breakers. We got it running again, barely. But the next day, Dad sat me down. We can't afford another summer like this, he said. Every month we're running tighter. Film costs. Gas. Power. He didn't cry. My father never cried. But he folded the bills on the table the way you fold a flag. If things don't turn around by fall, we may have to let it go. Let it go. As in, close the Starlite. I told Laurie. She wasn't surprised. What'll you do, she asked. Don't know, I said. Maybe study electrical repair. Maybe follow you to Michigan and see if I can get in. She looked up. Really? I shrugged. I don't want to sit here watching the ghosts of what this place used to be. I want to build something too. We stood in the booth, looking out at the screen. That night, the picture was crystal clear. But all we could think about was what was coming next. August arrived like a tired projectionist, steady hands, aching shoulders, still doing the job. We stacked the month with crowd pleasers, hoping to pull the books out of their frown. Thunderball with a cartoon marathon, the sound of music on a Sunday, hot dog nights, free refill lemonade if the thermometer kissed 90. Some nights worked. Most only tried. Row 9 kept its gaps. The back row learned to echo. And the snack bar, our metronome, missed beats you could feel. Dad, who believed that optimism was just good accounting with better posture, finally brought out the ledger at dinner. He turned it so we could see. 3 weeks, he said. No drama. Just math. Then we decide. Decide meant close. He didn't say it. He didn't need to. Laurie got her answer the same week. Her father said no to Michigan. He was kind about it. The kind of no that comes wrapped in worry. It's far. It's expensive. There's work here. You're needed here. She didn't fight. Not then. She folded the letter back into the envelope and put it in her pocket like a match you don't strike in wind. That night we ran Goldfinger. During the intermission, I found her in the booth, elbows on knees, eyes on the port like it could tell her what a father couldn't hear. Go, I said. I can't, she answered. You can't, I said. You should. She looked at me, and in that look I understood something I should have known. Permission is not the same as freedom. Some doors you have to open from both sides. I'll help you talk to him, I said. After close. She nodded, just once, the way a person nods when they are agreeing with gravity. We closed late. Dad and Mom stayed to count. I walked Laurie home. We didn't say much. At her porch, she took a breath and opened the door before fear could find a chair. I stood in the hall while she talked. She didn't plead or bargain. She explained. Why engineering? Why Michigan? Why now? Her father listened the way men do when every sentence reweaves the map they've been carrying. He glanced at me once and then back at his daughter, like checking landmarks against the sky. When she finished, he said, softly, It's a long way. It is, she said. Your mother would have loved to see you go, he added. And there it was, the permission from the person who wasn't there to give it. Then I'll make sure you hear about every class, she said. And they both smiled like a small bridge had just been built between two banks that refused to move. Outside, the town was asleep. The Starlite's screen glowed faintly like a moon that knew it was running out of nights. The last Saturday came quicker than any first night ever did. We put, thank you, Tansville on the letterboard and didn't add a date. People knew. The lot began to fill before the sun surrendered. Folks brought lawn chairs and quilts and stories. Mr. Voss rolled in with his grandkids and a cake shaped like our screen. Someone parked a tractor like it had bought a ticket. We booked a double feature that made no sense and every kind. The Great Race, because beginnings deserve a bow, and A Hard Day's Night, because some goodbyes should be loud enough to wake you. Before the show, Dad asked me to say a few words. I climbed the snack bar step and raised a radio mic that always made me feel like I was in two places at once. Thanks for not turning your headlights on during the good parts, I said, and the laugh we got told me we'd trained a town well. Thanks for letting our family be your intermission. I looked at our screen, at the booth window, at the two people who had made my world make sense. And thank you for clapping when the focus comes back, even when you didn't notice it shifted. Laurie stood at the booth, hand lifted. I killed the floods. Fireflies clocked in for their shift. The arc struck, light leapt, and for 2 hours the world remembered how to sit together and believe in the same picture. Halfway through the second feature, I climbed up to the booth. Laurie had threaded the final reel of the night, of the Starlite, like she always did, clean, deliberate, without ceremony. There was a spare bulb on the sill, her root beer beside it. Our whole summer in 3 square feet. Leave a cue mark, I joked, so the next owners know where to pick up. She smiled. There won't be a next owners. I know. We watched the Beatles run through a train car. On the lot below, teenagers danced between bumpers while their parents pretended not to notice. A baby slept with its fingers open like it was holding on to something you can't keep with a fist. When the last splice slid through the gate, Laurie did something she never did. She stopped the projector for a breath. The beam hung empty on the screen, a rectangle of pure light with nothing in it. Look, she whispered. We did. The blank made its own kind of movie. Moths, dust, the soft shape of our town pressed against brightness. Then she let the reel run. The picture returned. People cheered, not for the film, though it deserved it, but for the machine and the care and the summer and the years. After midnight, the lot emptied slow. Dad leaned on the snack bar counter like he could hold it up with posture. Mom handed out leftover popcorn in grocery bags. Mr. Voss cried in a way that made his grandson look at him like a new species. We shut everything down. I walked Laurie to the booth one more time. She took the key, looked at it, and handed it to me. Your turn, she said. No, I told her. Ours. We locked the door together. At the car, she faced me with that brave, exact look I would chase in other people for years and not always find. I leave in a week, she said. There's a dorm that smells like floor wax with my name on it. Good, I said. I'll come see it. Bring a speaker so you don't forget the right kind of sound. She laughed, then turned serious. What about you? I'll help Dad wind this down. Then, maybe classes in the fall. Maybe not. She touched my sleeve the way she had touched the film. Gently, exactly. Build something, she said. Even if it's only a better way to say goodbye. We stood there, two silhouettes in front of a screen that had finally gone dark for reasons we chose. The stars looked like cue marks only we could read. When she walked away, she didn't look back. She trusted the cut. I came back at dawn alone and climbed to the booth. The room was strangely loud without the projector, the kind of loud that's just the world when you stop covering it with effort. I opened the port and let in the morning. The empty lot looked like a sea after a ship leaves. Ripples, traces, nothing you can keep. I set a spare bulb on the sill and wrote on the base with laundry pencil. For whoever comes after. Focus is shy when the night turns cold. Then I locked up and put the key in my pocket, where it felt like both a weight and a direction. The Starlite was over, but the light wasn't. It just needed a new screen. I still drive by the old lot sometimes. It's a strip mall now, half a dollar store, half a dentist's office with a sign that flickers like a bad splice. The screen is long gone. The booth was torn down sometime in the 80s. But if you park around back and squint just right, you can almost see it. The gravel rows. The tiny speakers. A kid jogging with a flashlight like he's chasing stars. It's not a memory. Not exactly. It's more like a double exposure. Part real, part hope. And both still playing. I became a teacher. Electrical systems, mostly. Sometimes intro to audio design. I start every semester the same way. I pull out a rusted aluminum speaker, hang it on the edge of a desk, and ask my students what it is. Most guess wrong. A toaster, a heater, a broken radio. Then I press a button, and a voice crackles out. A clip from The Great Race, grainy and stubborn. That, I say, was how we shared stories. In the dark. Together. Before screens got small and the world got loud. Some laugh. Some roll their eyes. But one or two always lean in. Laurie did go to Michigan. She graduated with honors. Designed a system for synchronizing audio and projection reels that's still used in some archival film work today. We wrote for a while. Real letters, the kind you fold and unfold until the crease remembers more than you do. Then life, as it does, made other plans. She got married, had a daughter, taught at a university up north. The last I heard, she ran a community makerspace where kids learned to solder and rebuild old cassette decks. I sent her a speaker once. Just the shell. She never wrote back. But maybe she didn't need to. Dad passed in '89. Mom followed a few years later. I found the old Starlite ledger in their attic, full of tape, receipts, sketches of snack bar ideas they never tried. In the back was a sticky note in Dad's handwriting. Some nights you break even. Some nights you make a memory. I framed it. The last time I truly saw the Starlite was in a dream. Not a fancy one. Just the lot on a warm night. Speakers buzzing. Kids running. Laurie in the booth, rolling film. Me in row 3, watching a picture I already knew by heart. It wasn't a real movie. Not one I could name. But everyone stayed till the very end. Even after the screen went dark. When my students ask what it was like back then, I tell them this. There was a place. And in that place, light and shadow did something more than entertain. They connected. You sat with people you didn't know and watched something unfold, knowing that even if the projector jammed or the speaker squealed, someone would fix it. That mattered, because it meant the moment could be saved. I keep a projector in my garage now. Not a digital one, reel to reel. A little noisy. Runs warm. Has to be loved to work. Sometimes I thread an old cartoon through it and play it against the side of the house. The neighbor kids come sit on lawn chairs without asking what's playing. They bring soda and plastic cups and giggle at jokes from before their parents were born. When I see their faces in the flickering light, I swear. For a second, the screen is back. The lot is full, and I'm 17 again, waiting for the focus to settle. Not everything we build stays standing, but some things keep glowing, long after the beam has passed.